Greetings, Autobots, and welcome back to another Transformers ASMR figure review. For tonight's video, I decided to take a look at 3 core class Transformers. Now, I'll be structuring this video a little bit differently to my usual fare. I'll be taking an in-depth look at one figure because they all share the same transformation, but I will be going into detail with the paint and the colours as well as different quirks of the figure. So, without any further ado, this is the Transformers Legacy Evolution. Well, this is Kingdom, this is Legacy, and this is Legacy Evolution, so I'll just call it the Transformers Core Class. So, we have Core Class Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp, the Seeker trio. So let's jump right in with the leader of the bunch, Starscream. Now, Starscream, as you can see here, is a really nice looking military jet. He is coated in some really lovely looking mechanical detail here, like the little rocket pods at the back, as well as the little panel linings and stuff around the cockpit. You can see the actual cockpit itself is painted in a lovely looking yellow plastic or paint. Come around to the back of the figure or the sides, the null rays, these little guns here, they're not painted, but I can kind of understand why. I mean, they're pretty small, so they kind of blend in with the rest of the figure as well. He does have a bit of kibble on the underside, but honestly, it's a core class. You really can't be you can't expect like masterpiece grade engineering. But the back of the jet itself, painted a lovely sea blue with that more detail carrying over here to the back of the jet, and those brilliant purple Decepticon insignias with these dashing red stripes to really just pop. I feel like the highlights of red, the fact that it's little bright colours, primary colours, really makes this figure pop in terms of colour. So let's get started for the transformation. Now, I'm going to go in depth and run off the instructions for Starscream's transformation, but if you guys want to follow along, you can still do that. I'll be going in detail for this one, but I'll just be rambling about other things while I do Thundercracker and Skywarp. So let's get started. First, you're going to want to remove the null rays here and just set them off to the side for the time being. First, what I like to do is just come around to the bottom of the jet and just unpeg the arms from the wings and leave them there for the time being. Next, what you're going to want to do is just separate this part, the nose cone and the cockpit, and then fold in these little tail fins, come around here and separate the chest. Sorry if the angle is a little bit scuffed, but just take these little tail fins here, and the way you're going to want to do them is just slightly push out because it's hooked on a little tab here. So you push out and that allows you clearance, and then you can just pop it in place. Lovely. Love it. The way it all comes together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Next, what you're going to want to do is just take this whole back assembly and rotate that up, and then push this part right back, and then bring the nose cone or cockpit, well, it's nose cone and cockpit, and just let it rest against the back. Then take the head, or first rotate it around 180 and tap it in here, close over the chest, angle out the wings however you want, take the fists or wrists and rotate them, and there you have Starscream in his robot mode. And like I said, Starscream is the leader of the Seekers, and in the cartoon is absolutely iconic for being one of the most beloved characters. Like his voice as well as his personality just made him a fan favourite, and I love Starscream. I think he's one of my favourite characters, personally favourite Decepticons. But let's come in close and take a look at the detail here. You can see lovely paint, like bright red paint for the chest with that yellow for the cockpit, the fake cockpit and the chest coming into shine there. His arms are painted in like a nice blue with some really gorgeous mechanical detail. Simple, it's minimalist, but it's very effective. I think it's very nice the way it all just comes together. Come around to the legs here, you can see some nice detail here. Sort of exhaust lines, maybe like weapons stored up for battle. You know, use your imagination. Whatever it does, makes it even more fun if you ask me. But we'll put his null rays on after I show the posability because the null rays can kind of get in the way of posability. So Starscream and the rest of the Seekers by proxy, his arms can move out that far. You can rotate pretty much the full 180, it's just hindered by the wing, but you can move them out of the way if you want, just to make things easier for yourself. Wrists can rotate completely around. The head is on like a mushroom peg, and you can kind of rotate it, but it's very difficult too because these big parts get in the road. Legs can move up that far and move out that far. The nearly 90 degrees of bend at the knee, so posability wise, not bad. Definitely not bad, but could be better. I've seen some core class figures like Soundwave. I just think maybe Megatron and Optimus, they have better posability, but not a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. Don't get me wrong. So let's get him into a pose. I like to get him into sort of battle pose whenever I display my Seekers. Since Starscream's the leader, angle his leg out a bit and just sort of bring it back. Oh, let's bring the legs forward a bit. There we go. So we have Starscream in his robot mode. So let's take a look at the next Seeker. Thundercracker. Now Thundercracker is the scientist of these Seekers and is a blue jet with some red detail here as well and some lovely silver at the exhaust tanks. Same colour paint here, and the figure instead has blue and black and silver highlights, which I think is very visually engaging, very striking, especially for essentially like these figures were always intended to be like from the get-go. They were always repaints. If you look at the original Seekers as well, back in the days of Diaclone, which was the I think sister toy line to Transformers, it was they were essentially the same things, just more so different names, and they didn't sound as cool, like Diaclone 1 or DK2 Guard, stuff like that. It's like, what? It's not exactly the most interesting out there, especially when you had characters like Skywarp and Thundercracker coming from the line. But here we have Thundercracker in robot mode. I think he looks terrific. Like these Seekers, when you really just get them all together, I think they look brilliant. So as for Thundercracker, he's a scientist, so I'm going to give him a kind of pose where it's like he's looking at a risk communicator. It's like, I don't know what Starscream sounds like, so, or Starscream, what am I on about? I don't know what Thundercracker really sounds like, so I'm going to give him a kind of, what he sounds like in Fall of Cybertron. He's like, there's dark energy on ahead. We best move carefully. And then you have Skywarp. He's more like a soldier. Like, yeah, you're as boring as ever, Thundercracker. I love the Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron games. Maybe I should do a ramble on those someday. You know, I think you would like that. And I think it'd be great fun. So, final Seeker, Skywarp. Now, Skywarp, confusingly, doesn't have null rays. He instead has this Ratchet and Clank looking Omni wrench, as I call it. You know, it's not actually what it's called, but to me, it's an Omni wrench. Picked out here in black plastic with some red paint here. Transformation, same thing as before, but I'll just talk about just how things have been going in my life lately, because I've been hitting a bit of a rough patch. I just feel like, you know, maybe I'm not, like, I've been having doubts about this channel. Not that I don't like what I'm doing, far from it. I adore making these videos, but sometimes I just feel like I'm not good enough, and because there's so many other creators, like Alakazam, like, he practically made my channel. He gave me that first shout out, and then 5 people hopped on. He gave me another shout out in his Q&A video, and then it just, I've just kept racking up subscribers, and it's honestly very humbling in a way to know that so many people enjoy these little videos of me talking about plastic robots. But to be more positive, I feel like in a way it just gives me a great way of connecting with people out there, because Transformers is something that I hold near and dear to my heart, and especially when it comes to collecting, I'll never stop collecting them. You know, whenever I get older, I want to pass on my collection, say, leave it to my little brother, and have him bring it. I hope it brings him as much joy as it has me in my life. Oh, not so fast, Skywarp. You think I was going to let you fall over like that? Yeah, right. Let's just move the foot inward there. Oh, here we go. The core class Seeker Trio. And overall, I'd say if you don't like the basic mold, yeah, this may not convince you to do or to double dip or triple dip and buy the others. But if you're looking for desk size versions of Starscream and Skywarp and Thundercracker, you definitely can't go wrong with these. They're only about £15–12 each, so if you want a cheap three, or not a 3-pack, but maybe they'll do a 3-pack someday, fingers crossed, might get it as a gift from my little brother, and you'll end up with a fantastic little set of desk bots. These guys are brilliant. Let me see if I can just lower the camera a little smidge. Just bring it down. Get a better angle. Let's see, bring it up. There we go. I'll try and work out the kinks with this camera stand here. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. And sorry if there was a bit of a delay between this and the last one. I just felt a little bit down in the dumps, so I want to get some time to... thought I heard something. I just want to get some time to get my head right, but I'm back on the saddle. My new equipment is providing very good use for me, and I may look into getting myself a laptop so I can actually do some video editing as well as just cleaning up the final product to make it even better for you guys out there, because that's what you deserve. You deserve the best. And don't forget that I love you all my fans. Everyone's welcome to watch my channel, whether you like Transformers, gaming, or just ASMR in general, or just need a place to just relax after a long hard day. You're more than welcome here. You know, you guys are like my friends and family. So, with all being said and done, this has been my Transformers Seeker Trio core class Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp review. I love doing voices. Maybe I should do character role plays. Kind of think of it. I think Thundercracker might be a better pick, because Starscream has a traditionally shriller voice, like, "Oh, how does that feel, mighty Megatron?" See, you can pull it off. It's just a little bit hard. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. And this is Orobot ASMR signing off. Remember, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Good night. And sleep well.